Hey guys, I'm Vile Self, bringing you another commentary, hardcore domination gameplay on Black Ops 2 on the map Studio. I'm using the Scorpion here, Diamond out. I think I got fast mags and maybe long barrel on here. Today's topic commentary is going to be about condescending opinions, which is when people don't respect the beliefs of others. We're all guilty of it because naturally we feel our beliefs are correct, whether they truly are or not. And having an opinion and being firm about it is perfectly fine. However, insulting others or belittling them due to their different opinions is completely wrong. Unless you have some sort of proof and facts to back it up, then you really have no right to condescend anybody else about their beliefs. And you know what? Even if you do have facts or proof that your opinion is indeed more valid than theirs, it still doesn't give you the right to dismiss their opinions or beliefs as anything but a viable theory. It's their choice if they choose to believe it, and you should respect that, just as you would expect them to respect your beliefs and your opinions. An example could be a herbivore and a carnivore, so basically a vegetarian and a meat eater. I see a lot of things on my social feeds, Twitter, Facebook. Um, People saying stop the slaughter, become a vegetarian, stop eating meat, you're killing innocent animals, this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at them going, you know what? Humans have been eating meat for thousands of years. It's not going to stop. Nobody's going and slaughtering innocent animals. These animals are bred and raised specifically for human consumption. That's what they're there for. It's the same reason you grow vegetables. You grow them for human consumption. But it's just my life choice. But I feel like if I'm talking to a vegetarian, I feel like they are condescending me because they feel like their life choice is more proper than mine because they're not eating an animal and I am. So I feel like I'm being belittled due to my choice of eating meat, and I feel like that's wrong. I feel like they should just respect my decisions as I respect theirs. If they want to eat vegetables all day long, they can eat vegetables all day long. They don't want to, slaughter a cow and eat a hamburger. They don't have to. But don't belittle me and don't, disrespect me because that's my life choice. I'm doing something that humans have been doing for thousands of years and will continue to do. And, it's something that is not unhealthy for us at all. And it's just my life choice. I shouldn't be condescended from other people based on my life choice. Um, Choices are one thing that you can condescend somebody on. Just pure opinions and beliefs is another big thing. One of those things is, the topic of, God. And I hate to bring this because this is such a broad topic, and a lot of people have their own opinions on it. But how was the universe formed? Did God form the universe, or is it is it the Big Bang theory? You know what I mean? Everybody's got their opinions, and everybody's entitled to believe what they want to believe. But for somebody to say, "Oh, you believe in God? You're stupid. God doesn't exist. You're a moron. There's no way there's a magical man in the sky that's, controlling all of us and he made everything." And in turn, there's also you have no right, if you're on the other end of the argument, to say, "Oh, you're stupid. Evolution makes no sense." Yeah, right. We came from monkeys, you idiot. If we came from monkeys, how come there's still monkeys? It's obvious that God made everything. Don't be such an idiot. Those are very condescending things, and that's how people are these days. They have their beliefs and they think that they're right and everybody else is wrong, regardless of if they have the facts to back it up or not. Um, I'm just going to go out and say this, that I'm an atheist. I do not believe in a spiritual side of the world. I like to believe things that are in front of me and things that I can see and things that, have some scientific backing to them because that's really the only thing that really makes sense to me. So for me to believe that there's a God or some sort of spiritual, overpower that's, responsible for all of this, it just seems a little too far-fetched for me to grasp. I have trouble grasping that concept, and I've spoken with many people, God-fearing Christians, and I've asked them to explain this to me, and explain to me why they feel so strongly about their religion. And I had to say that nobody's ever really convinced me that there's anything really logical about it. Now, what I'm saying right now might sound condescending, but I'm just telling you my beliefs and why I believe these things. I have trouble believing things that have lack of information and they could show me the Bible and say this book has every answer you'll ever need, and then I'll read the Bible and it basically just gives me more questions than anything. Like there's so many stories in there that are just literally physically impossible for any of this to happen, and there's no scientific proof to back any of it up. That how am I supposed to just accept it as an answer? You know what I mean? So as an atheist and as somebody that needs some sort of proof to be content with an answer, I have to side with the theory of evolution. Now, I'm not saying I have all the answers and I know how time began and how the universe, first began and all this stuff, because that's not what this is about. You know, the theory of evolution is not supposed to be the answer to everything, but it's the answer to some things. It's the answer to how people became people. It's the answer to how, you know, certain life forms have become certain life forms. It's the answer to a lot of things, and it's factual answers with actual reasons and facts behind them, scientific proof. So, I mean, if you trace evolution all the way back to the beginning of time, basically you can trace it back to the Big Bang Theory, but then you get stuck with one more question. How did the Big Bang Theory happen? How did the Big Bang happen in the first place? There had to have been some sort of initial force that caused this to happen. Well, like I said, an atheist doesn't have all the answers, and that's when a God believer would perhaps condescend me and say, "Well, that's where you're wrong. Your beliefs are wrong because the only way that the universe could have happened is if God made it happen. That's the only way." But you know what? You can't say that's true at all either. You have no facts to back it up. So to say my opinion is wrong and yours is right without something to validate your opinion is just means you're condescending my opinion, which, as I've been saying, and that's what this video is about, we can't do that to each other. We have to learn to respect each other's opinions. We have to learn off each other, value each other's beliefs, and maybe then we can come to a mutual agreement or mutual understanding, such as perhaps there is an ultimate force in the universe that's sort of connecting everything, but maybe it's not God. Maybe it's not like a conscious being. Perhaps it's just an energy, and this energy is what has been always around, and it's an infinite energy, and perhaps it's what caused the Big Bang, and maybe people associate that energy with God. But as for God being a conscience being that controls everything and is almighty and this and that, I mean that's just to me a little too far fetched. Some people might believe it, but I feel like people that believe it are just happy that they have an answer, regardless if the answer feels right or not. Um, but again, that might be condescending of me to say that. It's really tough. Like I said, we're all guilty of this. I just think we need to learn to really respect each other's opinions, whether it's about religion or whether it's about, food choices or anything. Like, do you guys feel like the submachine guns in Black Ops 2 are overpowered? I mean, I can say, you know what, personally, me, yes, I do. On paper, they don't seem overpowered, but then why are they so easy to use in the game? You know what I mean? You see most of these guys getting plus hundreds and double storms and, nuclear medals and stuff like that. Almost always you see them doing it with submachine guns. The odd time you see an assault rifle, but rarely do you see them doing it with shotguns or sniper rifles or LMGs or whatever. It's rare. It's mostly always submachine guns. These guns are the easiest guns to do well with, and for that reason, I consider them overpowered. People might disagree with me because, statistically, they aren't overpowered on paper, so it's hard to really just come forth and say, yeah, they're overpowered. But for somebody to say that I'm stupid or that my opinion doesn't matter because I don't think they're overpowered and you do, that's just condescending. We got to learn to agree with each other. If you disagree, we got to learn to talk about it in a civil manner and debate rather than argue. A lot of people think that just because people disagree on something that they're arguing, when I tend to look at it as a debate, a friendly debate to try to reach a mutual understanding or a mutual agreement or whatever. But that's it. That's the end of my gameplay. So I'm gonna wrap this up now. 62 and 16, 7 caps, 22 defends. You got to see some cool tactical insertion play there. That's how you use a tactical insert, guys. Don't boost with your tac inserts. Use them properly. Peace.